What's going on, you guys? Today we'll be doing another storytime video. Actually, this is the first one we've done in a long time. And this story isn't wild because, I'm not getting arrested or anything like that. It's nothing super wild, but I actually did almost get in a lot of trouble for some reason over this because, truth be told, I don't really understand why I almost got in so much trouble for this story, but I almost did. So last year, I went to a school where they issued pretty much every student a Chromebook. I know some regular schools do that, but my school district doesn't do that. I had to go to a career school to have that happen. So I went to career school, they issued everybody Chromebooks, and obviously you could use them throughout the day for your schoolwork. A lot of our classes had online stuff. But while these tools were, really good for getting homework done and stuff like that, they also gave you the opportunity to fuck around a little bit. And if you guys know me, I have a little bit of an issue staying on task sometimes, so of course I'm fucking off. Most of the time I'm just reading random shit online, or I'm looking up fucking gaming news, or I'm playing games on them or something. I'm just fucking off, listening to music or something. But on this particular day, my friend and I decided we were going to do something else. And I shit you not, this led the school to launch a fucking investigation into who did it. I still have zero clue how they never found out who it was, since it was on my Chromebook. But what we did is everyone obviously has their own login, right? They have their username and their password. Well, we found out partway through the year that the passwords were generated based on proximity of last name. For instance, my last name is Martin. My number was, well, let's just say it's like 0001. Obviously, that wasn't it. If somebody else had the name Martin, and let's say, since my name's Nathan, their name was like Xavier Martin, okay, their code would be like 0002. It depended alphabetically where your last name landed, and if you had like the same last name as somebody, then they would basically go alphabetically to first name. But that's how the passwords were generated, and your username was just, well, your name. So I have this friend who has the same first name as me, and his last name is only like 4 letters off. Our passwords were nearly identical. So one day, I grab his Chromebook and I'm fucking around trying to get into his account. And I managed to actually do it because his password was only like 2 letters or numbers off. Of course, I remembered his password, and we actually ended up cracking some other people's passwords as well. So what my other friend and I did during intervention, which is basically like a period where you can go get help from your teachers, or you can sit down and do your work, everybody had it. But what we did is we got on my laptop, we log into his account, not my friend who's with me, but the one that we stole from my other friend. We log into his account, we go into his email, and we notice he's got like messages with one of the administrators of the school, with a couple of his teachers, and we're like, this is a really good chance to do something pretty funny, to fuck with him. So what we did, right, is we determined just a random word that was just gonna be weird, and just send it to pretty much everybody in his contacts. We picked the word bark. I don't know why, but it just seemed funny. But we typed the word bark, and we like Control-C and Control-V it like 700 times, so the entire email is nothing but the word bark. So we just keep copying, pasting it into all these different email chains. There's one with the principal of the school. There's one with like 17 different teachers. There's one that has like 30 or 40 of the students in our labs and in surrounding labs. So a shit ton of people are about to get this email, and they're about to open it, and it's just gonna say bark, 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 and it's just gonna keep saying it for a long ass time, right? Of course, we sent it to everybody that we could. So now, I would say at least 70 people, maybe a little bit less. No, we're gonna say maybe at least 50 people in the entire school now believe that our friend had sent them an email that contained the word bark so many times that when it would send, it would actually freeze people's Google Chrome. I know this because I opened it on a different computer later on in the day, because I sent it to myself, and it actually crashed Google Chrome on the computer. So we go to lunch directly after that, we tell him what's happened, and he freaks the fuck out, because obviously a whole shit ton of people now think that he just sends them this random weird email. He looks kind of like a fucking weirdo in their eyes because they don't see that it was a prank. So we somehow make a deal with him to where basically he won't tell any teachers that it was us, and he'll just say that he got hacked. And thank God he held his promise, because for some reason the school took it so seriously that the tech department investigated, several teachers investigated, the principal led an investigation. I don't know what the big deal was with finding out who sent the word bark to them so many times, but it set a lot of these fucking people off. As a matter of fact, when we got to our next class after lunch, the teacher had received this email and made our friend print, I think it was 117 pages of the word bark in an email to them and submitted as evidence as part of the investigation. 117 fucking pages of the word bark. Literally nothing but the word bark in several different emails was printed by the school. You know how schools will always say, oh, please don't waste printer paper because it's pretty scarce and it costs a lot of money for the school to keep stocking that much paper? Yeah, we'll try and explain that to the people who decided it was a good idea to print over 100 pages of the word bark out to investigate it, let alone not realize that the investigation could have just been simply ended by tracing back where the email came from, because the school has the ability to do that. Lots of us got in trouble for that year, for sending shit on the Chromebooks. So you're telling me they couldn't have just figured out who fucking sent the emails from what computer? That doesn't make much sense to me. Needless to say, over the next few days, the school effortlessly attempted to find out who sent the emails, and were never successful. Have no clue how they never found out, so I got away with it, and as far as I know, our poor old friend didn't really, get bullied or anything. None of his teachers fucking roasted him or anything about it. So I'd say it was a pretty successful prank on his part. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you did enjoy, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you're new around here. I do plan on making more storytime videos in the future. I might even remake some of my old ones, because going back and watching them, they're fucking terrible. You know what I'm saying? I used to be shitty at commentating. I'm still pretty bad at it, but a good example of an old storytime video of mine that is absolutely horribly made is the one about the computer usage in 8th grade, the Tickle Me Bun story. I'll probably be remaking that, because going back and watching it, I'm just sitting there, yeah, so, basically what happened, and basically what I've been saying these past 7 minutes in the same exact fashion, is that I made a bad username on the computer, and I have a horrible fucking problem with saying the word like. It needs to be eliminated from my vocabulary, but anyways, I'm gonna try and remake most of my storytime videos because they're badly made. However, until next time guys, this is Optimus, signing out.